Inside Wicked co-stars Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater's magical romance. One short day. Not in the Emerald City but on a Zoom call, Ariana Grande learned she'd been cast as Glinda in the film adaptation of the musical Wicked. I see director Chu pop up and I go, okay, well, this is either it or the worst way ever to let someone down. The singer, who spent months preparing for the auditions, told Rotten Tomatoes. I was shaking. My body was just immediately in fight or flight. I was out of body watching the whole moment from above. I've never felt that way in my life. And when Ariana found out Cynthia Erivo was playing fellow lead Elphaba, she had, as she put it, another collapse of pure joy. The casting of the two stars, who've detailed the sisterhood they formed while working on the two-part movie, was announced in November 2021. 13 months later, news broke that Ethan Slater was joining the ensemble of the Wizard of Oz prequel, which explores Glinda and Elphaba's friendship before they were dubbed Glinda the Good and the Wicked Witch of the West. Though he'd already received recognition in his own right, including a Tony nomination for his titular role in SpongeBob SquarePants the musical, the actor admitted entering the star-studded cast required a bit of courage. I think it was really intimidating before we started working, Ethan, who plays Bok from Munchkinland, told the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age at the Australian premiere earlier this month. I was terrified because I knew so much about every single person in the cast, and I was such a huge fan to begin with, but even a heartless Tinman would have been moved by the love shown his way. Then pretty immediately it was disarming, Ethan continued. I remember just every time I met somebody new, I was so warmly welcomed and I just felt like part of a group. It was really special. So that made it much less intimidating. And then occasionally I'd remember like, oh, it's Ariana and Cynthia, and they're like the best singers of any generation in some ways. While rehearsals had already begun at this point, filming didn't start until later that year. In April 2023, Ariana confirmed on Instagram they were halfway done, reflecting on how being in Oz was a life-changing experience, one in which she was feeling, learning, and growing so much at such a disarming speed. The Grammy winner later noted in her post that she was transforming and healing parts of me that I never knew needed it. Or maybe did. But life outside her Glinda bubble was changing too. In July 2023, soon after Wicked temporarily paused production due to the SAG-AFTRA strike, news confirmed Ariana and her husband Dalton Gomez had split. Divorce docs obtained by TMZ noted the couple actually separated in February 2023.